Hack number 1, dandelion tea. You've been warned, it tastes like dirt. Before you buy dandelion tea, I just want to warn you that every single brand that I have tried tastes very different. I started drinking dandelion tea a few months ago. I learned that it had something called taraxesterol, which helps with bile production. It also supports the detox pathways in your liver, so it's great for both digestion and liver support. And the first time I had this here dandelion tea, oof, it was rough. It was rough. It tastes like sticks. But between you, me, and the lamppost, I kind of like the taste of it now. So I started drinking it every night, at least speaking anecdotally. I saw an immediate result from this in terms of digestion and how good your digestion feels the next day. So I would recommend drinking this at night. There have also been studies to show that it has anti-cancer properties, specifically speaking to colorectal cancer cells. This is not a treatment for cancer. This is not a replacement for any other cancer therapies, but some really cool research has been shown about the benefits of drinking dandelion tea. Hi, I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist, a weight loss specialist, the creator of the Slim program. If you want a custom meal plan, workout plan, access to me and community to help you reach your goals, click the link in the down bar. Also hit subscribe so you never miss a video. But let's keep talking about these cheat codes. If there's one thing that I am good at, it's brushing my teeth. Let me tell you something. After you eat, you have little bacteria that are on your teeth. Within 20 minutes of eating, the acid that is produced by that bacteria starts breaking down the enamel on your teeth. What? So when you brush your teeth after you eat, you're gonna remove that bacteria, remove that film, and keep your teeth nice and strong. But we're not motivated. There has to be some sort of motivation here to reinforce the habit. So I recommend, there's tons of different flavors of toothpaste. Choose a flavor of toothpaste that you actually enjoy. I know a lot of people actually don't enjoy the taste of mint toothpaste because it's so associated with toothpaste, but there are tons of different flavors. I love Boca. I will link these down below as well. They have so many fun flavors. They have like a cinnamon, they have a watermelon. The watermelon's so good. They have like a lemon one that tastes like Trix. This is the Element. I'm fine with mint, but I really like cinnamon. I also have cinnamon toothpaste. Also, while we're here, my fiance and I go nowhere without toothpicks. We take our floss picks with us everywhere. So I brush and floss after every single meal, pretty much right after I eat. Apple before dinner. Yes, I will do this if I'm going to a restaurant. I will eat an apple on the way to dinner because it is going to blunt the hunger that I'm experiencing so that when I get to the restaurant, I'm not overly hungry and ravenous in an area where there's so many high calorie options. There was a study done that showed that the consumption of an apple before going to a buffet reduced the amount of calories that the individuals ate overall. So you think, well, why would I eat something on my way to a restaurant if I'm about to eat at the restaurant? Because eating this apple is going to reduce the amount that you eat at the restaurant. And when you get there, your blood sugar isn't so low that you end up making bad decisions and you eat the entire basket of chips and salsa or the entire bread basket. By the way, let me know in the comments your favorite type of apple. These are the Snapdragon apples. I got these when I was apple picking for my bachelorette party last weekend and they're fire. But Envy apples are my favorite, followed by Pink Lady. These are really good. But let me know your favorite in the comments. And if you don't have a favorite, just comment an apple emoji. In the spice cabinet, we've got turmeric and black pepper. Turmeric has great anti-inflammatory properties. I feel like we hear so often about how good turmeric is for you. You can tell by the color that it's gonna be good for you. It's great for boosting the immune system. But what people don't know is you have to turn on the turmeric through the use of pepper. Pepper is going to increase the absorption of curcumin, which is the active compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. So if you're having turmeric, make sure you have black pepper with it. I wish I knew about magnesium before I did. You've probably been hearing a lot of people talking about magnesium lately. It supports your GABA receptors, which are the main calming neurotransmitter in the brain. It also helps relax your muscles. So not only are you going to experience an emotional sort of come down when you have magnesium, but people have great experience with their improvements in their digestion when they take magnesium at night because it helps relax all the muscles. And you'll have a nice bowel movement in the morning. So it is fantastic with helping with insomnia, with digestive issues, and just calming you down at night. My favorite way to get it in lately is using the Peak RE foundation. I will link this down below, and I believe I have a discount code if you use the link that I have below, but there's a lot of different ways to get in magnesium. You can use tablets or you can have it in a drink. I really like this because there are other electrolytes in here too, and so it supports not just the sleep and digestion side of things, but also just making sure that you have correct electrolyte balance, because magnesium is an electrolyte. I got my fiance to start taking magnesium at night as well, and he has noticed, he says he's like knocked out at night. So I'm a huge fan of magnesium. Again, I'll link this down below. This is first off, it's beautiful. It's like the most beautiful color blue, but it tastes really good as well. I talk so much about clean eating. I should probably talk more about clean drinking as well. The quality of the water that we use is of the utmost importance. And this truly has been an overlooked cheat code in my healthy world. I used to think, oh, I'm so low maintenance, I can drink from the tap. I like wore it as this badge of pride. And then I realized that's really nothing to be proud of, because when you see the studies about there being lead in water and impurities and things that are really detrimental to our health. So I'm no longer a cool girl because I drink tap water. Like that's out. So excited because Glacier Fresh sent me their 3G countertop water filter system to try out. It's made from 304 food grade stainless steel. So it's durable, it's eco-friendly, it looks pretty on your countertop. And the best part is there's no drilling, there's no electricity. You can literally bring it with you anywhere. You literally just pour water in and let gravity do the work. It's super easy to put together. You can put this together in under 5 minutes. This is gonna remove 99% of heavy metals, chlorine, and odors, but it's gonna keep the good stuff. So it's gonna keep the calcium, the magnesium, the potassium. So yes, this is something to be used for typical drinking water, but on top of that, it's something to use for boiling your potatoes, boiling your grains, for whatever you're making. It truly tastes cleaner. This is my tap water, and you can see that there are little solids that are floating around in here, and you don't see that in here. I mean, truly, this has little particles floating around, and it smells like metal. This really does taste cleaner and fresher, for real. And it's honestly the cheaper option. This lasts for 4,000 to 8,000 gallons, so it's better for your wallet and it's better for the planet. You're not using a bunch of plastic water from the grocery store. This truly makes it so simple to drink fresh, clean water without all the junk. You can bring this with you anywhere. You can bring it camping, you can bring it to the office, you can bring it to the cookout, you can bring it to a sports game. I'll leave a link and discount in the description so you can get your own. Cheers to hydrating the clean way. Live from the bedroom to talk to you about one of the most life-changing things that has ever happened to me is the use of mouth tape. I've tried a lot of different mouth tapes. This is the best one that I've tried so far. Perhaps I'll find a better one, but all the other ones that I've tried fall off in the middle of the night, and I wear lip balm before I go to bed. This one doesn't fall off, so I will link this down below, but it's a piece of tape that you wear on your mouth when you sleep, so you sleep like this. It definitely takes some getting used to, and I know people are very like, I'm gonna freak out, I feel like I can't breathe. Try it out. You can always take it off. So it's not a permanent decision that you're making. But this helps you with, if you're a mouth breather, which I learned that I was when my fiance and I moved in together. He said, you sleep like this. Mouth tape helps you breathe deeply while you are sleeping, and it can affect the changes, it can affect the structure of your face. Andrew Huberman talked about this, and this is something that needs to be studied more, but I have seen changes not only in the depth of my sleep, which is the health side, the important side of this, is that according to my ring, my sleep has been so much deeper since starting to use mouth tape. I started to use mouth tape almost a year ago, every single night. I don't miss a night. And I clearly have seen that I've slept much more deeply because you're breathing through your nose, which is a much deeper, slow, relaxed breath, versus when you breathe through your mouth, it's very shallow breathing. You're not going to get as deep of a sleep. Your body is going to be more in the parasympathetic, or in the sympathetic nervous system, as opposed to the parasympathetic rest and digest. That shallow breathing sort of tells your body to be on alert. Whereas when you're breathing more deeply, you're more relaxed. But I'm telling you, it snatched my jawline. So Andrew Huberman talked about this, how it impacts the structure of your face, whether or not you breathe through your mouth or through your nose. And I breathe through my nose walking around every day, but if I don't tape my mouth closed, I'll breathe through my mouth when I'm sleeping. And I'm gonna show you, if I can find it, the difference in facial structure. And I'm telling you, I have seen a difference, and this has helped snatch my jawline, along with gua shaing. But I will link this down below. It's the best one I've found so far. It actually stays on. And I know people say, I'm gonna feel like I'm getting mugged. I'll feel like I can't breathe. I feel you. Try it. You can always try it and take it off. It's not a permanent decision, but I urge you to actually try, because I used to think the same thing. Like, I don't want to have a piece of tape over my mouth, and now I'm fully converted. Vitamin B12 and vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 regulates over 1,000 genes. So making sure you have sufficient vitamin D has actually been shown to be linked to reduced inflammation and better metabolic function. So here is my vitamin D3, no oils, no sugar, no gross stuff, linked down below. Vitamin B12, this is something, again, this is not medical advice, but when I'm traveling and I need more energy, I'll double up on my vitamin B12. I'll take 2 of these instead of 1. Again, not medical advice, just something that I do, because vitamin B12 is directly linked to the amount of energy that you have, the mood that you're in, whether or not you're feeling like you can take on the day. If you're experiencing fatigue and brain fog, it could be because of this. It also is going to help with preventing anemia. So these 2 are like my holy grail powerhouse. These are both linked down below. And that includes your immune and hormonal pathways. It's shown that individuals that are deficient in vitamin D also have high inflammation, and 43% of the population is deficient in vitamin D. You're gonna experience low energy, low mood. It is so apparent the change that this makes. I was very low in vitamin D about a year and a half ago when I went for my annual physical. And I wasn't surprised by this information because I hide myself from the sun. And she said, you need to start taking this immediately, and gave me a very high dose. And within a week, you don't know that you're like not feeling well. And then within a week, I was like, whoa, like my energy it felt through the roof, because I didn't realize that being deficient in vitamin D had given me low energy, because I didn't think that I felt low energy. I thought I had plenty of energy. And then you start taking this and you're like, oh my God, I feel like Superwoman. When I was in high school, we put our face into this camera, and the camera showed us where we had sun damage. And the majority of the part of my face that was the most damaged was my lips, because we don't think to put sunblock on our lips. And on top of that, your lips don't produce melanin, so they're not inherently protected from sun damage. This is actually one of the most common areas for precancerous lesions, is the lips. So make sure that you have lip balm that has SPF in it. I have these little things everywhere. I have a bathroom lip balm, I have a car lip balm, I have a bedside lip balm, I have a lip balm at my desk, I have a lip balm in my purse. I have them everywhere, and they stay in that place, so that when I'm in that place, it's like a cue to put it on. So I'll link this one down below. This is the vanilla bean flavor. There's like a green tea flavor. There's a cherry flavor. We're in my office, and this is my walking pad. It's folded up right now, but you can unfold it and put it under your desk, and it's a little treadmill, so you can walk while you work. I cannot imagine my life without this, especially after a meal. I've talked about this many times before, that walking after meals is going to significantly lower your blood sugar, because your muscles are working, right? So your muscles need some energy. So it pulls the sugar out of the blood and into the muscles. It puts them to use, thus lowering your blood sugar. So this is fantastic for lowering blood sugar after meals. It's also great for digestion. So there are so many of these online. I will see if I can link this one down below, but you can, you don't have to get the one that I have. There's a lot online. But I really like that this one folds up, and you can get in so many steps. So I like to use my walking pad when I'm doing admin work. That way it's kind of like brainless sort of work, or sometimes when I'm on calls. The Artist's Way morning pages is the idea that when you sit down and you force yourself to write 3 pages stream of consciousness, you're able to clear any clutter that's in the brain. And it's shown that this expressive writing can help with reducing actually activity in the amygdala, which is the fear part of your brain, and it can help foster creativity and help you feel more clarity with your day and help you express yourself better and feel more confident and controlled over your life. Now, for me, doing it first thing in the morning, I find my mind is pretty blank in the morning, and I kind of like to keep it blank before I head into my creative work. So I like to do this at the end of the day when my brain is buzzing the most. So it's kind of like night pages for me. But what I've found is that when you sit down, you look at the page, you might say, nothing's coming up. And that's because you haven't worked that muscle to be able to look into your brain and say, what's going on here? You've just become so lost in emotions and burying it down and going through the day-to-day without actually doing self-reflection and seeing what's going on here. You will be amazed, astounded, shocked, awestruck by the things that come up that are in your brain, and you clear so much out. And the way that you feel after you get it all out, you feel like you've dropped 100 pounds of baggage that you didn't know that you were carrying, and not in a negative way. You just have such clarity and lightness and confidence in how you're going to move forward. To just get it all out on paper is something that I highly, highly recommend. And if you are in a position where you're like, no, I mean, literally nothing comes up. If I stare at this page, nothing will come up. Then you could start with journaling in the Slim app. In the Slim app, I give you guiding questions so you can get in the habit of writing on paper. But it would be so empowering for you to be able to get to the place where you could sit down and write 3 pages stream of consciousness without being prompted. So you're really working that muscle of introspection. And I'll also add, there are no rules, there are no regulations. You can write literally whatever comes up. People will be like, I feel like I'm not doing this right. I feel like I'm not good at this. Like, am I doing it correctly? There's no rules. There's no grading. This is completely unique to you. You could write a story about a fairy that walked into a supermarket and bought broccoli and sprinkled fairy dust on it. Like, if that's what comes up for you, then that's what comes up. It's totally valid. And that's what's kind of fun about it. I feel like I'm recording the Blair Witch Project right now, like the Michael Scott version, because we're by the freezer. I'm going to show you a couple things. First in here, we have edamame, and really what I'm speaking to is soy. There is a lot of incorrect information about soy out there. Very old school thinking is that soy is bad for your hormones, when the reality, like, this is my life. When the reality is that soy is actually really great for female hormones. Old school thinking is soy is going to increase the amount of estrogen you have. You're going to have tons and tons of estrogen floating around your body if you eat soy. But what we've learned is that soy is much smarter than we've given it credit for, because you have alpha and beta receptors when it comes to estrogen. And soy is so wise that it's able to monitor how much estrogen is within the body, and it will turn on the alpha receptor for estrogen if you don't have enough, and turn on the beta if you have too much. So soy is going to help with regulating your estrogen levels by increasing estrogen, well, mimicking estrogen through phytoestrogens if you don't have enough, and decreasing by excreting excess estrogen if you have too much. So edamame is a great source, but honestly, the best of the best are going to be soybeans that you get on Amazon and cook yourself. But hey, I love edamame, I love tofu, I love tempeh. Emergency car snacks. How often is it the case that you fall off your diet because you're out and about and you stop and you get fast food somewhere? So if you keep these are the McDougall products. They're Right Food, Dr. McDougall's Right Foods. You can get them online or you can get them at Whole Foods. But all you need for these is hot water. So just as easily as you can find yourself a Starbucks coffee, you can find yourself a Starbucks hot water, and you just need to add hot water to these and you'll have a complete meal. So these are shelf stable. You can put them in your car, and then all you have to do is find a Dunkin' Donuts, find somewhere where you can get hot water, and this way you'll have a healthy meal as opposed to going for fast food. I'm here about to clean up my desk, and I'm going to use the put it away, don't put it down hack. This changed my life. And what does this have to do with health? How is this a cheat code? Because when you are living in an environment that is cluttered, your brain is going to feel cluttered. You're going to feel less motivated to cook in your kitchen when it's messy. You're not going to want to do a workout when there's this whole mess to clean up. Who has time for an at-home workout? You need to clean things up. Your life is going to be so much smoother. You are going to live a calmer, more grounded, stable, emotionally life when your environment is clean and proper and is a reflection of how you want to feel on the inside. Everything is in its place. Your environment is a reflection of what's going on in here. So I have a rule with myself that once my hand touches something, I'm only going to put this in its home, and that's there's no other option. This needs to go. Once I pick it up, this is not going to be put down anywhere that isn't its home, which sort of speaks to something greater. Every item needs to have a home. So my iPad has a home, my journal has a home, this little gizmo gadget has a home. So I can show you right now, everything's gonna go in its home. So my laptop is gonna go in the drawer that is its home. My journal is gonna go in the drawer that is its home. This iPad is gonna go in its home, which is my charging station. And this gizmo is going to go in my bureau, and everything is put away. So put it away, don't put it down. This is the machine that changed my life. I actually helped with the creation of this machine. I went to the Ninja Creamy headquarters and helped them make this. The Ninja Creamy has changed my life. I have a Ninja Creamy every night of my life. I'm obsessed with it. This is the ultimate hack, the ultimate cheat code. And the thing is, I don't even like ice cream. Like, I don't like cold foods, yet I have one of these every night. To be honest, it's just such a great high volume food, and it's a great way to get in, for me, vitamin E through the almond milk, and a great way to get in calcium as well. So I have a ton of Ninja Creamy recipes. I have a black bean ice cream recipe that I really love. But if you're somebody that finds downfall at the end of the day after dinner, you have to get yourself a Ninja Creamy, because you can make such a healthy alternative to ice cream that is much lower in calorie. And because it's cold, it's gonna take you a long time to eat it. So you're gonna be forced to slow down, and you're not gonna be picking around at all this random stuff in the kitchen. I got one from my parents. They are obsessed with it. This is something that if I had this earlier in my years, I would have bones that are tough as nails because of all the vitamin E and calcium I would be getting in from my non-dairy milk. So yeah, it's great for harm reduction in terms of making sure that you're not eating real ice cream and treats that aren't good for you. But honestly, this has added to my health because now I get so much more calcium and vitamin E from having a Ninja Creamy every night. In my fridge, I have ground flaxseed. I like to buy the flaxseed whole. Here's said whole flaxseed, and then I will grind it up. I just get like a little coffee grinder on Amazon, and I put it in a glass jar and I put it in the fridge so that it stays potent. If you buy it pre-ground, it is not going to be as potent, but flaxseed contains lignans. These are fantastic for regulating estrogen within the body. So if you have too much estrogen, it will help pull out the excess estrogen and excrete it. And if you don't have enough estrogen, then the phytoestrogens in flaxseed can help mimic estrogen in the body to help with regulating your levels. So no matter what your quote unquote issue is with estrogen, flaxseed is an absolute powerhouse. 1 tablespoon daily, add it into your oatmeal, mix it in there. It's gonna make a difference. The freezer is where I put my sweet potatoes after they are cooked. I did not do potatoes, and you can put them into the freezer, and then when you're ready to have them, you pop them in the microwave for like a minute or two, not even, and they'll be just as if you baked them, and they honestly even taste a little bit better because of the way that the structure of them changes when they're frozen. But my hack for you, buy a bunch of sweet potatoes. Go to, do the Hawaii Veggie Farm. I'll link below where I get my purple sweet potatoes from, my Hawaiian sweet potatoes from. And you can bake up all 20 pounds of them and put them in the freezer. And then when you're ready to have them, pop them in the microwave for a minute. So instead of reaching for the convenience foods, this is your new convenience food. This is my massage gun. So we know that massage guns are great for recovery because they stimulate blood flow. They help drain lactic acid. And I love my massage gun for that. But also these are great for pre-workout too, because like I said, they stimulate blood flow. I recently tried this in a biohack video where I used a massage gun before a workout and I felt so much more energized before the workout. It's really great on big muscles, so your legs, the glutes, the calves when they're feeling tight. And even if you're not doing a lower body workout, if you use this on your legs, you'll feel jacked up for like your arm workout or your full body workout because you've gotten the blood flowing. I will link, this is like becoming a linking video, which I didn't think that it would be, but I'll link this below as well. These caraway pans, I will link them below. I have a discount code. You can get 10% off. These caraway pans have absolutely changed my life in terms of cooking. The story is, I was always the type of person that was like, oh, I could use a pan from the dollar store. Like, it doesn't matter. Well, it was toxic because it had PFAs. It was, we've heard so much about toxic cookware. So great that I'm getting something non-toxic. But from a taste standpoint, the story is I went to Nantucket and the Airbnb had these caraway pans. And I cooked my potatoes like I always cooked my potatoes. The change in texture, the crispiness, the way that these pans cooked and roasted my potatoes, I could not believe the difference from just using a different pan. And if I had had these all through my early 20s, I would have had a lot more delicious meals. So yes, non-toxic cookware is great because traditional cookware has forever chemicals which stay in the body for years and years and years. And as we get older, we're not good at getting rid of those chemicals. So it's very taxing on the liver and the kidneys that are trying to do the detox of these chemicals. But also, man, does it taste better on these caraway pans. I use these every single day. I am so happy that I have these. So again, I'll link these below. I have 10% off. And I'll say too, just as an aside, if you're not using non-toxic cookware, you are wreaking havoc on your endocrine system. Your endocrine system is your hormones, and your hormones are everything. Hormones are not just your sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone and LH and all of that, but this is also things like insulin. So now we're talking about metabolic function. So we want to make sure that our hormones are happy. So let's use non-toxic cookware. Caraway's linked below. Solely fruit jerky, that's it fruit bars. These you can throw in your purse so that when you are, they shut down the Mass Pike when you're on your way to your bachelorette party, which is what happened to me. You're stuck in your car. I actually had my lunch and I didn't have a fork. If these are in your purse, this is gonna prevent you from making bad decisions. So these are just made from, like this one's just made from an apple and cherries. This solely for fruit jerky is just made from one ingredient. You can get both of these at Target or you can get them online. If you made it to this point of the video, comment an emoji of a vegetable. If you like this video, you're gonna love the next one that pops up on the screen. It's all about biohacking and different biohacks that I use. So I will see you in that video and hopefully see you inside the Slim program. I love you, honeys. I'll see you in my next one.